Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV. We're playing as Gujarat. We're going for Keep the Flame Burning. We have to grab all our centers of faith as Zoroastrian people, which we are by now. Only Thana, I think. Not the man over here started out as Zoroastrian, but we made people understand, and now we have to make our way through a whole bunch of Sunni to grab our sense of faith back and liberate our Zoroastrian friends over in Yazd. We might be too late to actually for them to still be Zoroastrian once we get there, but there's work to be done. Alright, what's happening? We are not at war, which makes me a bit queasy. We have a button here we can press. I've been keeping this for a situation where I need loyalty on the Giants or I need claims on Bahmanis. Either way, I can just press that button and have it ready. We have 33 spy network on Baluchistan, I think? Yeah, on Baluchistan, which means I could make another claim, and since we have claims bordering claims, I actually have decent options here. Most of the stuff is pretty garbage. Now, I don't know if I want to own Quetta, but then again, we have to go up here. We have to grab Khiva and some other place around here as well. Sub-Savar here. So going north isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Does mean we have to hit Afghanistan if we want to go through here, but I mean that might be fine. They should not be a Timmy subject anymore. No, but they have a ton of friends. Been warned by Timmy, which is fine. The Uzbek are the one kinda annoying friend here. Doesn't look like Transo as much to write home about. Uzbek Central Asia, that says to me that the Uzbek got split up somewhere. Otherwise it wouldn't say Uzbek Central Asia, it would just say Uzbek. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, what else is going on? We probably have a bunch of unrest. Yeah, it's actually fine. We've beaten most of our rebels. Cool. I have low manpower on our mercenaries, but that's alright. Better on them than on us. Our manpower is fine. It's not like insane, but it's quite fine. And the young can serve in our country, so that helps a lot. We have a lot of room for men. And with our income, we should probably get up to force limit here. It is close to. I might get a second cannon. So maybe look at getting 42 with the infantry and then one cannon, so that we can have two siege stacks going at the same time with the cannon help. It's still not time to go in on cannons for military purposes. I mean, actual combat purposes. Mary Orissa, it's only a -2 on the legitimacy. That could be worth it. How old are you, Orissa? 28. That's actually not too shabby. Yeah, let's do it. Allied Orissa mostly to make them not be in coalitions against me. And it does give me a bit of a buffer against coalitions as well. Now, there's a war going on here, VJ against Bahmanis, and it looked for a while as if it could be fair-ish, but it's not fair apparently. VJ is getting crushed, which is probably the outcome I want. I just wanted Bahmanis to take a bit more pain before that happens. Would have been the dream. We're still doing 2 idea groups, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're missing one more to complete our quantity ideas. And we're missing a bunch more to complete religious ideas and finally get Deus Vult. Although with all the claims we've had so far, it hasn't been a huge issue not to have Deus Vult. Still won it, but... I was improving with the Timmies? Oh yeah, I think Timmy was kinda not the happiest with me. For reasons I don't understand. Mandu this place. Have enforce unity. And then get thyself converted. For a lot of cash money, because of high autonomy. But that also will have to be okay. Timmy. Do I want to go back to currying favors? I mean, I have a decent amount. I want 50 to break the alliance to Balochistan. I Unless they would do that. Yes, yes, very much so. Don't know that I want to do any of these other things. I mean, 6 months supply of soldiers here is not the shabbiest. How about cash money? Oh, you don't have cash money to give me. 238. That's actually a decent amount. Would Jampur give me a bunch of cash? No, nobody has cash. How many soldiers would you give me? A lot fewer. I think I'll run one round of... Can I ask only one favor every 5 years? Or is it one of each type? I think it's only one. Yeah, let's not risk it here. I suppose I could try it on Jampur because I don't actually need Jampuri favors so much. So I'm gonna ask for soldiers here. Well, I hope it's not a limit for the general interaction. E4 favors. That would be dumb if I blocked my Timmy favor by asking Jampuri. Yada yada yada. Earning favors, spending favors. Can you spend the following ways? In blah 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 blah. It doesn't say anything in the wiki about the cooldown on it. But I know there is a cooldown on it. There was one put on in a patch after Leviathan came out. E4 favors cooldown. New favor mechanics are now 100% useless, somebody says. Okay, one ally. Okay, so what they say here is that it is shared between allies, but it depends on the type of the interaction. One for money, one for soldiers or sailors, and one to reduce opinion. Doesn't say anything about breaking, but this doesn't sound like this will cost me the ability to break alliances. Let's find out. For science. The worst, we have to wait 5 years, which will be okay. We'll just eat somebody else in the meantime. So ask you for manpower. Check on Timmy, and I can still ask them to break an alliance. Let's just say yes. I cannot ask them. Yeah, okay. So disabled asking for soldiers. Did not disable asking for sailors, so that's not true, at least not anymore. But yeah, disables the same interaction for a while. Okay. That makes some sort of sense to me. Fine. So what's our next plan here? Other than still putting a guy into a place. Obviously, in retrospect, I should have asked Timmy for soldiers then, not Jampur. But hey. Where is it? I want to curry favors here. Now, aggressive expansion is still pretty high with the Hindu. Oh, and Bangladesh got reduced to size 1 here, and they're no longer neighboring me. So I can't actually go and beat them up now. That's smart. I do have a permanent claim, I suppose. Can I take the land? I don't think I can. I can't core it, so I won't be able to. I have to beat up Multan first. Who is apparently not Hindu. No, they're Sunni. Now, there are a lot of Hindu here which will not lose their opinion on me anytime soon. Gara, Vijay, Gwalior, Bangladesh, these will all stay angry. But these over here, not so much. If I stop hitting Hindu for a bit, that might be worth it. Now, if we look at claims, I have the one claim on Multan. Don't remember Multan being such a relevant force up here. Something must have happened when I didn't pay attention, which does happen, unfortunately. So I could declare on you, but I'd be fighting a bunch of people, including my friend Jampur, which does not sound smart. I could ask Jampur to break alliance, but then again, I want to use that for Balochistan. I could just go for the Balochistan war. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do here. We have a bunch of claims. We don't have a lot of AE with the Sunni yet. And we have the ability to ask Timmy to break the alliance, so that makes a lot of sense to me. I was trying to get these folks to like me enough that they would ally me, but not ally, be my subject. But my math was off. That's very hard to do when you have minus 60, almost minus 70 there. Very, very tough to do. So I might just have to go and eat all these folks. 1510 to Gerd. 1506. Oh, that's not even to me. So I could just go and beat you up. Oh, I don't have a claim on you. Apparently, I don't need your stuff. No, we need to go deeper into Garha, where we still have a lot of truce. I'm probably going to come back to beat up Garha again once we can, just so we keep them out of collision. And we take our stuff. I mean, it's still a thing I want to do, right? What about Delhi? Bengal and Sindh. I tried to avoid fighting Delhi earlier. 22,000, 19,000. That's a lot of folks. Plus Sindh, which is not. I think I'm going to focus on my eastward push for a moment here. And I don't really see a huge reason to wait. I think I'm actually not going to bring my mercs. No, that's not an option. Forgot that we don't have a general. I'm going to bring my mercs. But we might not need more than just these folks here. It's only Baluchistan after all. With who else? Mara, Yas, and not Timmy. So Mara is unlikely to hurt us much. We do have a few boats though. So navally there might be a thing going on. And then certainly Yas is not a person. Yeah. That is... Still want to do a Yas start at some point. That seems like a horrible starting position. Underhanded Rouges and Barmanes. I mean, it happens. So, Timmy, would you please be so kind as to no longer ally the food that I have in my eye here? Wow, they have no reason not to. They're like, yeah, this is fine. Loving it. Is that just it? There's not even a message? It is when you do break alliance as the great power, you get a message that we're forced to break an alliance, and this is just, yep, here you go. I suppose. These mercenaries are still lagging behind my other force. I hate it. Really shouldn't. Mara and Yaz. We're not gonna... certainly not gonna go over there and fight either of those. Hopefully we'll be okay on the seas. Yeah, it'll be fine. Take Bela and go. Ooh. What do we get? Free admin policies. Very nice, not that we have any. But long term that's an excellent thing to have. Land leader shock is obviously a great thing to have right now. Oh, it also enables a state privilege. Huh. Do more of these do this? You don't. You don't. This gives me a privilege that gives 10% discipline and minus 50% tax income if they have a lot of land. However, I'm unlikely to give them a lot of land. So we can probably ignore this. It's mostly going to be land leader shock +1 and some loyalty and influence. I mean, this does nothing right now. Literal nothing. Well, loyalty and influence, but the free policy does nothing. I'm going to take the shock for now. Yeah, we may have to spend at some point to swap this around. Swip this around, yes. Swippity swappity. Did I already declare? I did. What about my states though? Yes, haven't taken that. We can have a look at the privilege, how much it would do right now. Should more of those ones to take. Increased levies is not the one, but it's a similar one. Manpower scaled by land ownership. But wait, I just saw it, I think. Yeah. 1.4% discipline. It's like a third of an advisor. Not quite. If you put it that way, it doesn't sound great, does it? Let's have... Again, how many folks do we need here? I think it's not, there's no capital forge. So I have my 4 mercs, and I have 6 and 7, yeah, this. And then I'll have my mercs attached to 3rd army. I'll take 3rd army and move it on to the Siege of Kalat. We might have to jump in and siege more. Send back up, I mean. So, Bisa correctly keeps pointing out in the comments that I failed to understand fort mechanics properly. And, again, correctly. I obviously have a basic understanding of how forts work, but there are minute details, especially with the whole weird distance to the return province thing that I don't quite understand. I did read the wiki. I understand reading what's happening. I understand what's in the wiki when I read it, but it doesn't stick somehow. I fully believe that it works as intended, but it is so weird to me the way it works that I'm not really understanding it. So my gut understanding would be that I cannot walk to Guada. And my gut understanding is just basically this. There's a fort here, I'm in zone of control, I'm trying to move in the zone of control, but not to the fort. Right, I can move to the fort, I can move back to my return province. I cannot move everywhere else. This is behaving exactly as I thought it would work. But there's this weird distance to thing that I just don't get a grasp on, and that doesn't seem to be working the way that I thought I understood it. Because I cannot walk to Guada even though it's distance 2 from Thata, my return province. I also cannot walk to Sewan, although it's directly next to my... Oh, I can't walk to Sewan because it's... I don't have military access to Sindh. If I had military access to Sindh, I bet you I could walk to Sewan because this is my return province and I'm walking to a province next to it. That makes sense, I think. But Guada, I'm not quite sure about yet. I have to reread up on that. Or wait for a helpful comment, as I sometimes do. Alright, let's take our last policy here for another set of innovativeness points. Get the land attrition reduction, which is not actually too shabby, and the land force limit. So now we have tons of room for much more army. We do have money and some manpower, so we should be pretty... People love it, our army. Oh. I'm saying it's a lot of garbage people. Like, we may have a lot of soldiers, but they're useless. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you'd be wrong. What's this mission tree again? At some point we might be able to get those textiles. Don't know what admin level the textile manufacturer is at. It's not on the trade map mode. There is a economic trade good map mode. If we were to look here and look at manufacturing, it goes take 11. It's not, I mean, it's not close, but it's not super far away. It's good. Okay. I do like that they know that the event is so irrelevant that you just have an OK button. It's nothing. It's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. You do you. We're gonna get close to capping on dip again, and I still don't have anything good to spend my dip on. We're very, very close to the spawning of colonialism. Well, to the first potential spawn timer of colonialism. But we'll still have to do a tiny bit of development before. I do keep saying that, and then it happens again. I still don't want to do Ahmadabad. I want to save that one. Baruch is certainly an option. No, Baruch is not in my home state. I'm like 90% sure. I would be wrong. It is in my home state. Well, 90% is not 100. I never said I'm sure. Right. So we do have to see naval. We do seem to have naval dominance here. At least they are not daring to get out with their other boats, or with their boats at all. Which means I might be able to land troops in Mara and even Hormuz to get to Yazd, potentially, possibly. And we're almost done with our conversion. I mean, we're about to acquire new lands, so the work is never done. Our work is never over. Yes. I mean, it is a good chance I should just be doing that right now while I'm not doing anything else here. Like, grab 10 of you, split you in half, grab 10, get you to Halar, get my cogs to Halar, and I'll bring a heavy for good measure. Just in case we do get into naval combat, at least we have a tiny bit of defense before my trade fleet can arrive and protect us. Oh, look at these Maori. Dip guy died. What would I be interested in? I don't think I want to pay for a level 3 dip guy right now. I have so much dip, not really a good place to put it. I guess I just take the Diplo rep then. Not quite sure what for, but it seems more useful than the other stuff. And not running an advisor with the amount of money that we have seems like a mistake. Alright, your job is gonna be to land on Kishin. And ideally not get into combat. Now, the Bahmani opinion is irrelevant. I don't want the Diplo power right now, and this is a good trade anyway. 2 mercantism for 60 dip is a steal. So we're gonna do that one. It's a great event anyway. Well, either way, but I would just land straight onto Kishin here. Kishin. What a name. What a name. No, you folks are actually passing through Hormuz and coming over here. Which does mean that I can pass the other way too if I have to. But if I can just use my boats like this, I might not have to. Now here there should not be any zone of control issues because it's just a capital fort. So there should be no problem doing this. Now interestingly, if this was a real fort, then my return province in Kamir Bay would be next to Al-Ghiyada as well, Gaida. So maybe I would be able to make that move anyway. I have to study these forts more. I don't know why it's so... Maybe there were a lot of edge cases with other versions that they tried. I know this is not the first version of the system. So they might have kept running into edge cases and then come up with this solution as one that's kind of, well, the best of the worst. The worst of the best. The best they could come up with. Build me another one of those things. Yes, space, thank you. And that's a good workshop now. And an okay temple, and I'm suddenly out of money. I am not out of dip though. Did I fully develop Baruch yet? No, it's starting to become a bit expensive, but you know, there's min-maxing and then there's min-maxing. And while there's no such thing as too much overkill, there's too much min-maxing. That is a thing. Alright, took down that place. I feel like there's a bunch of enemies around the corner. I might just bring in some backup here just in case. They're not suppressing anyway. I meant for them to be suppressing, but when I split the stack, I suppose I stopped the suppression. I don't think they really know what to do here. I could even block the Strait of Hormuz with my boats. Stop them from coming back home. Probably not be fast enough though. And I'll not make it. I won't make it. It'll be fine. Just need to keep an eye out here. We don't want much from Mara. I might even go and just piece them out for a white piece at some point. We might be able to get more here. It's not quite good yet. I don't remember, do they have a center of trade around here? No, Skutra is not one. Either is Kshin, and they don't have Masira. So I don't really have to piece them out for their trade power. Also, I don't think I actually care too much about the Gulf of Aden at all. No, I don't. So yeah, I think I'm actually fine just piecing them out for... Is this no effect on your country? What? What just happened? Oh, we got rid of the last heretic? And now we don't have enforced unity of faith anymore? And this has no effect on my country. I don't know which one was... I mean, I guess it was one that gave me bonus missionary power. How does it have no effect on my country if I lose in a privilege? Surely it does have an effect. That is a bit weird to me. I really don't like that we don't have the whatever, supremacy over the crown thing going on. I think I'll piece out these folks now. I'm not actually, I mean, they didn't sortie, so I assume that my fleet is stronger than theirs. But I don't actually want to risk a naval battle here. And we have tons of war score. We can just piece them out for not whatever we want, but a lot of things. Could pillage their capital for how many points of development? 1 point of development. I'll just take war reps and yeah, I don't think any trade related things make any difference here. Because yeah, we're not actually in the Hormuz node. If we were there, then that would be a thing, but we do not. Well, we are not. We do not. I don't think the development point here is worth too aggressive expansion. Well, I say that. Where are you? Not you. You're Sunni. It's 2 AE. It's probably going to be down there. Here's a point of development. Maybe I do pillage their capital. And, oh, tons more room there. Don't think I need any of those. I could end a rivalry for some prestige, and that's not too shabby, sure. And then take the rest in ducats. Made it for themselves? Good enough. So now we don't have to fight them on those boats. I assume my military access here will stop. Yeah, it will. So we're gonna get to those boats. That should reset military access. I mean black flagging. I think you get unblack flag when you're on a boat. And oh, if I had stopped their movement here, I'd have the Balochistan army trapped. But I didn't. Yeah. Got unblack flagged. We can just get ourselves over to, say, Muscalat. Or maybe just Surhar. It seems easier. And then we land and take out whatever they're called, Yas. We probably lost the military access here thanks to piecing out those folks. But I could just ask for it back. We actually saw that we did because the Balochistan got black flagged. That would not have happened if they still had military access. Makes a lot of sense to me. Alright, I'm actually gonna go here and block the Strait of Hormuz. And I'll walk into Yaz. And the Yazians are not into that kind of battle. They're like, nope. No way, siree. Can't get you there. So I'm gonna just go into this maybe. Oh, they actually do want that battle? That seems... Oh, I sent the wrong folks too. I'm just gonna support from here. And with this. Which would I have in mind anyway? Ooh. Notice demand recompensation. For what? What have they ever done for me? Lose the stability, which we... Oh, we also capped on dip because... Ah, fools! Dang fools. Give me a click into... I don't know, Baruch. That's so far away. That's not to Baruch. Let's do... Baroda is actually a nice place. Is that also in my state? Everything is in my capital state, isn't it? Fine. Here you go, Baruch. Oops, wrong button. I thought while I was clicking on this thing that I never used this interface, I'd probably misclick. And I did misclick. And waste a bunch of mil, which I really didn't want to waste. There's the brakes. Yeah, I'll drop this stab. Because now we're in an area where we can gain stab again. We're also in an area where we get caught over there, which wasn't my intention at all. What was your intention, to get caught? What a surprise. I'm gonna run there. Yeah, we lose our siege progress, but that otherwise is just a lost cause. And I don't like lost causes. They make me itchy. I don't know why I would say that. But I did say that, didn't I? Attach. No, you're going to Ketta. Wait, no, you're on Ketta. It's going to CV. It says both my armies are going to arrive on the same day. I hope that's true, because I don't want my mercenaries to be there first. I also need to put a cut in here, but let's briefly make sure that we're not messing this one up. We did arrive on the same day. Okay. Yeah, that's what you get for tricking me there, Balochistan. That wasn't very nice, was it? And let's take down your capital once again. With what, the cannon and some folks. I don't know, how about this many? And the mercs. Because they have siege pips. Or something. And then this. And then put a cut in here. Thank you folks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and if you have anything at all to say, then you know what to do. Go into that comment section, tell me how bad I am at forts, or you know, how I should really not have gotten caught on this one here in the mountains of all things. Or, you know, just tell me how great I am. I can always take that. Thank you for watching. See you folks next time.